there, this is Josh from Literary Gladiators, and today I am here to present to you the 13th and newest Pay It Forward on Booktube Tag. I really enjoy doing these Pay It Forward on Booktube tags because I enjoy talking about lesser-known booktubers that I feel deserve more attention. As is the trend ever since YouTube decided to restrict their profit-making YouTubers as such, I am going to shout out booktubers that have less than 1,000 subscribers at the time of the filming of this video. And I have 8 of them that I'm going to be talking about today. And these are 8 extraordinary booktubers in their own way. Many of them are very well-rounded, or they greatly excel in an area of passion and interest. And I'm just going to kick things off right now with the first booktuber that I'm going to talk about is Todd from Todd the Librarian. Todd is somebody that I've been interacting with in the community for quite some time, and he's been a great supporter of other booktubers, and he has completed some of our book tags, he has commented on some of our discussion videos, and he's just a cool guy to interact with in this community, and his videos are just outstanding. I really enjoy how he gives credit to the people that tagged him in the video or created the video. Most people do, but he goes above and beyond. And he's got a wide range of reading interests, but some of the areas that really make him stick out in the community are classic old-school science fiction, like the classic old-school science fiction that I enjoy reading, and he also enjoys the paperback horror fiction that I enjoy reading, because Stephen King and Dean Koontz are extraordinary figures in horror fiction, but there's also some great writers along the lines of Robert McCammon and Dan Simmons and John Saul and Richard Lehman, and you see Todd the Librarian touch upon those as well. Some or all of the names that I mentioned, and several others too. But he's definitely somebody that really provides you with a laid-back atmosphere, but at the same time he tells you exactly how it is. The next one that I want to bring up is Brian from Bookish. Brian is somebody that I'm just starting to come across now, but I am amazed by his content and his execution. I think that as far as the execution and the way that he speaks, Brian has the best presentation of any booktuber that I've come across. He is very honest, he's very straightforward, but the way in which he does it, it's very organized, he's very calm and collected, but you know how it is that he feels, be it issues pertaining to Booktube or about books, reading, and literature in general. As far as content is concerned, Brian enjoys literary fiction. I know that he has a great sense of enthusiasm for the French writer Honoré de Balzac, but he enjoys just about anything that's good. Literary fiction, but he is willing to explore so many different areas, and I really enjoy those kinds of channels, and I really enjoy Brian's videos. The next one that I want to talk about is Jason from Old Blues Chapter and Verse. Jason, out of the 8, is the closest to 1,000 subscribers, and I think that he deserves to get to that point and go even further because he's a great innovator to the Booktube community. He does a great job bringing people together, be it through readathons, through tag videos, or just in general. One of the things I admire him the most for is when I did the Scholars Book Tag, one of my questions pertained to if you could teach a college course related to reading and literature, what would it be? And Jason took that to the next level, and for 2019 put together a book. He put together a class, a Booktube class, about the meaning of death as portrayed in literature and film. But some of the content includes the book 2666 by Roberto Bolaño, and that's a book that I really want to check out when I get the opportunity, because it was also on a poster that contains books that you need to read in your lifetime that my sister got me for my birthday, and I framed it up and I refer to it. But it's something that I want to look into when I have the open opportunity. I want to get the books that Jason suggested and read them, and then watch his videos and take part in the discussion. Hopefully I can still immerse myself, despite the fact that I'm going to be a little bit behind. But I think that this thing that Jason's doing is very similar to Masterclass, where different figures in the entertainment world, be it actors, actresses, writers, artists, chefs, putting together these college-like classes in areas of their interest. I think that for people that want to engage in a literature-based class but not do so by actually having to pay for a college class and work toward a major, are going to seek their education in outlets like these. And I think that Jason is really doing a great job emphasizing that desire. The next booktuber that I want to talk about is somebody that is a bit more concentrated in their area of interest, but I find him to be an authority in this area of interest, and that is Mike Frost from Postmodern Poetry Prognosticator. Mike Frost is quite modest with how he sees himself as a booktuber, but take my word for it, and I'm sure you can take Rashmika's word for it. He's extraordinary. He is, to me, an authority, and very well-rounded and extraordinary when it comes to the topic of poetry. I would most certainly want to take a poetry-based college course that he may teach if the chance ever presented itself. But Mike is just so elaborate and thorough with what it is he's talking about. Anything pertaining to poetry, he just does a great job exploring different poets and their works, be it poets, poetry collections, chapbooks, and whatnot. He's able to get you engaged in the subject at hand, and he's also just a really, he's the kind of guy that while he comes off as being a professor, he also seems like the kind of guy that you can engage in a casual discussion about poetry with, ideally over a nice cup of apple cider in front of the fire. For me, a nice, cold, fresh cup of apple cider. But he's definitely somebody that can really provide Booktube with that drive of an increase in poetry discussion, and that is so meaningful. Mike is also responsible for one of my greatest book shopping extravaganzas. In one of his videos, he brought up the New Generation African Poets collection, and I looked into it. It was the 2019 collection, published by Acastic Books. They also published the Noir series that started with Brooklyn Noir, but has expanded to all different cities and countries and themes that... but the New Generation African Poets is just... there's so much dimension and so much fantastic quality to it. I got the 2019 collection. I decided to buy the rest of it. I now have all 6 of them, which dates back to 2014, which is when this channel started. So I feel a sense of affinity for New Generation African Poets. It's supposed to be a 10-year project, but I hope that the series goes beyond that because it's that good. And Mike's channel is that good. I would like to participate in some capacity in the August in Africa readathon that he is conducting. The next booktuber that I want to talk about is Shannon from That's So Poe, which the name of her channel is inspired by her favorite writer, and I too am an enthusiast for Edgar Allan Poe's work, so I approve of the name. But most importantly, I approve of Shannon because her channel, she to me comes off as being like a hybrid of Ashley from Climb the Stacks and Mercedes from Mercy's Bookish Musings, but she's herself in the way that she authentically likes what she likes and does things the way she wants to do them and the way that they should be done. But Shannon, she's a very well-rounded reader, but her theme for her channel is primarily reading diversely, and she devotes each month to primarily concentrating on a particular area involving diversity, and she will present TVRs and wrap-ups pertaining to that. And the way that she edits is just extraordinary. I really like her use of additional imagery, where she'll have the book on a picture of the book in the corner, and then her rating will pop up below it. And I think that's just enough, because her content, to me, is the most important part of the video, and she does a great job emphasizing that. The next booktuber that I want to talk about is somebody that is relatively new, and out of the 8 has the least amount of subscribers. As we speak, she's only got 13 of them, but she deserves so many more, and that is Book Controversy. She hasn't displayed her name, but her content is just excellent. I really admire her as a person. She's very outgoing, she's very passionate, And you can see that in her videos. She's very elaborate with her discussion content. I was watching a review of hers for Wonder, and she does a great job laying everything out. I haven't read the book yet, so I only watched the review part of her video, but I was really engaged and felt that I was able to contribute my part of the discussion in the comments, but it makes me want to read the book even more so that I can come back and continue the discussion with her about the book. And I think she really gives you that sense of enthusiasm and encouragement. She is also a very well-rounded reader, and I really want to see her excel in this community and really make it her own. Next booktuber that I want to talk about is Sam from Sarcasm and Sci-Fi. Sam is just a very authentic booktuber. I think she's very much herself in her videos. I think I like the way that I like the presentation of her videos. She just is who she is, and her drinking a glass of wine and talking about books just shows that she likes to do what she likes to do. But otherwise, Sam's a very well-rounded booktuber. Science fiction is, of course, her favorite genre. She, in particular, she likes classic science fiction. But she's very well-rounded and can talk about anything and everything. One of her most recent videos that I enjoyed watching was science fiction recommendations that she has for those that are interested in historical fiction, which was branched off of a more general video of science fiction recommendations for those that are only really getting into the genre and are a bit more general with their reading interests. I like how she's right to the point with her thoughts and opinions, and she has some great artwork on her channel that I believe one of her friends put together for her. But at the same time, the artwork is not overwhelming to the point that it interferes with the content, because I get a great sense of her passion for books, reading, and literature, and I think that what she puts out is extraordinary. And the last booktuber that I want to discuss in this Pay It Forward on Booktube Tag is Amber from Amber Unabridged. I think that I like the fact that Amber is very laid back and easygoing with the way that she executes her videos, but at the same time she's very honest and straightforward with her opinions. She's very wide-ranged with her interests. I like the fact that she can read, discuss, and enjoy anything and everything, and she's very diligent with her comments and engaging in discussion within the Booktube community. I think that her videos are very enjoyable. These are the 8 booktubers that make up the 13th Pay It Forward on Booktube Tag, and I highly encourage you to check them out. I will leave links down to their channels down below. You're going to get a great range of booktubers. And to those of you that I mentioned, I encourage you to complete this Pay It Forward on Booktube Tag, because I would like to hear about the booktubers that you enjoy watching and which ones that you think I should check out, and ones that you think other people should check out. Thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you check out some more videos from our channel. If you like what you see, I encourage you to subscribe for even more content. And if you really like what you see, I encourage you to check out our Patreon and help us out there as well. Thank you again, and for now, keep reading.